All right, so let's talk about 0 factorial. 0 factorial is actually equal to 1. And this may be something that you memorized from whenever you were taking your math classes, but you may not have ever understood why it's the case, because it's really not intuitive. So let's talk about it in two different ways. One way is what factorial means in kind of a real world sense. It's the number of ways that we can arrange objects. So if I have, for example, 3 factorial, that's 3 times 2 times 1, which is 6. That means there's 6 different ways to arrange 3 objects. So imagine if I had like 3 pieces of paper, one red, one blue, one yellow. Well, I could arrange those however I want. Or red, blue, yellow, I could go red, yellow, blue, I could go blue, red, yellow. I have 6 different ways. If you wrote them all out, there would be 6 different ways to do that. So if I have 0 factorial, that's asking the number of ways I can arrange 0 objects. And there's only one option, and it's just to not do anything because we have no objects, right? So that's kind of a real world sense. If we do more of an algebraic approach, let's just think about what n factorial means, if n is a whole number. So this is equal to n times n minus 1 times n minus 2, all the way down to times 2 times 1. Okay, so now what happens if I divide that by n? If I divide this by n, then what happens is these n's here can just cancel. So n factorial divided by n is actually equal to n minus 1 factorial, because it's the same approach. We start at n minus 1 and we go down, so that's n minus 1 factorial. Now, if n is equal to 1, well, then what happens? We have 1 factorial over 1. Well, 1 factorial is equal to 1, so it's just 1 over 1, and that's 1. But we also know that since n factorial over n is equal to n minus 1 factorial, this has to be equal to 1 minus 1 factorial. And 1 minus 1 is 0, so this is 0 factorial. So what we have here is 0 factorial is equal to 1, and that's kind of the algebraic way of seeing it.